It was really about creating something new. Yeah, I've always got bummed out when I hear people say like, "Oh, the only reason I make music so I can, meet women and get laid or something like that." It's sort of like, wow, that's such a gross, heavy metal kind of way of looking at music.
Jack White is a name that sparked the 2000s garage rock revival and stunned everyone with his distinctive musical techniques and eccentricity. With that ghostly pale complexion, dark hair, and the red-white-black color palette that became his personal flag, he is more than a musician. He is a walking example of American folklore. From the raw rumble of the White Stripes to reinventing the blues on massive festival stages, from Grammy-stacked triumphs to building Third Man Records into an analog empire, Jack created a legacy that refuses to stand still. Yet behind the myth of rock's mad scientist, vinyl warrior, storyteller, and rule breaker lies a man forged by discipline, curiosity, and unwavering faith. And that imperfection has been the root of truth for centuries. John Anthony Gillis was born on July 9, 1975, the youngest of 10 children in a devout, working-class Catholic family in southwest Detroit. His father, Gorman Gillis, was a Scottish-Canadian maintenance worker for the Archdiocese. His mother, Teresa Gillis, was a Polish-American secretary. They raised their children in a modest home. His siblings would bring home old guitars and amps from their garage bands, filling the air with the echoes of Sun House blues and 60s rock. By first grade, he'd found a junk drum kit in his attic, and he'd never given up on that sound. This blend of old Detroit style and old-school storytelling became his signature sound. Then he attended Cass Technical High School in Detroit. In the mid-1990s, he briefly attended Wayne State University and took some film classes, but eventually dropped out to focus on becoming an upholsterer and playing in local bands. By the late 1990s, Jack was working diligently as a furniture upholsterer until Jack and Meg White began the project that would later become the White Stripes in 1997. They presented themselves with a strict aesthetic, 2 members, 2 instruments, and a red-white-black palette. This simplicity was revolutionary. It instantly transformed a basement band into a myth. Their 2001 breakthrough, White Blood Cells, and its staccato single Fell in Love with a Girl. This transformed the band from underground buzz to mainstream obsession, leading to a resurgence of garage rock. Then came Elephant in 2003, and a riff that refused to leave you, Seven Nation Army. The song's deceptively simple riff, a guitar played to sound like a bass, became a political chant, a stadium staple, and a cultural motif. A single hook, performed with economy and conviction, multiplied into anthems, memes, and sports arenas around the world. This one riff showcases Jack's talent for minimal elements, maximum cultural impact. But Jack never settled for repeating himself. After the White Stripes slowed down, he formed the Raconteurs with Brendan Benson and released Broken Boy Soldiers in 2006, a top 10 and critically acclaimed record. Then he launched Dead Weather in 2009, where he played drums and adopted a darker and more inward persona. These are bands that showcase different songwriting voices and moods. But Jack could never remain a one-track revivalist. He moved into production, most famously producing Loretta Lynn's Van Leer Rose, a project that reintroduced a country legend to new audiences and earned critical acclaim. But his solo records, Blunderbuss in 2012, Lazaretto in 2014, Boarding House Reach in 2018, Fear of the Dawn in 2022, and Entering Heaven Alive in again 2022, and No Name in 2024. All 6 of these solo albums feel like deliberate reconstructions. Each album explores different corners of blues, experimental noise, classic songwriting, and widescreen production. And after taking so many risks, Jack has also received awards and honors. He has won over a dozen Grammy Awards for his band work, production work, and solo releases, a number that underscores his rare versatility as artist, songwriter, producer, and label boss. Apart from this, he has received Emmy Award in 2017, Brit Award in 2004, 2 MTV Video Music Awards, and many such honors many times. In 2025, the White Stripes were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a particularly sweet moment when Jack accepted the honor on the band's behalf, as the reclusive Meg was not present. It was an ending that also served as a reminder. The myth of the 2-person band had changed the face of modern rock. Beyond the records and achievements, Jack has built his business on his own terms. He founded and registered Third Man Records in 2001 and expanded it into a full-fledged label and Nashville storefront in 2009. It's a vinyl-obsessed organization that boasts a record store, live venue The Blue Room, a pressing plant, and even the ability to cut live performances directly to acetate. It embodies a physical and formal approach to music that transforms commerce into craft. Third Man became the laboratory where Jack's analog passion and showman instincts collided. Similarly, according to public estimates, Jack White's net worth is around $60 million today. This isn't the result of one big breakthrough, but rather the slow compounding of many smart choices. They deliberately embraced formats and experiences that are superior to pure streaming, like deluxe and limited-run vinyl. Recall Lazaretto's first-week sales of 40,000 vinyls, which set a modern-era record, vault subscription drops, and special direct-to-acetate releases that turn records into collectibles. Then touring and live income are still major earners. Surprise club shows, VIP packages, and stadium runs like No Name Era pushed box office returns, boosted merch, and on-site sales. And then there's Third Man Records, a vertically integrated label plus store plus pressing plant plus live venue that converts unique ideas like limited pressings, collectible bundles, in-store experiences into recurring revenue rather than one-time promotional revenue. In addition to these title streams, he also receives regular income from publishing and syncs, production fees and reprints, occasional film or TV work, and the rising resale value of rare pressings. All of this makes his income more akin to an indie label CEO's diversified balance sheet than a traditional rockstar salary. But despite his immense success and wealth, Jack's personal life has always had elements of mystery and privacy. He married Meg White in 1996 and later divorced in 2000, but the two presented themselves as brother and sister for many years to keep their focus on music. In 2003, while filming Cold Mountain, Jack dated Renee Zellweger, but fame and time put an end to everything. Then Jack married with Karen Elson in 2005. Meg was even maid of honor, and Jack and Karen welcomed their children, Scarlett Teresa in 2007 and Henry Lee in 2008, maintaining a quiet family life in busy touring schedule. And later they got divorced in 2013. And then came the chapter no one expected. In April 2022, during a concert in Detroit, Jack proposed to musician Olivia Jean in front of a roaring hometown crowd and married her on stage minutes later. It was uncontrollable, impulsive, beautifully theatrical, and impossibly Jack White. Despite all this, family remains an enduring force behind the music and keeps him grounded. At home, Jack lives a quiet life with Olivia and his children, a home filled with guitars, vinyl, and simple things. He keeps his children out of the spotlight and says being a father is what matters most. Similarly, Jack's attire is a kind of anti-suit manifesto. A bold palette of red, white, and black is evident in his stage costumes, merchandise, and publicity shots. It's part costume, part branding, and he seems both a 50s rebel and a modern auteur. But Jack's homes feel less like celebrity showpieces and more like outposts of a living museum, places where grit, craft, and a little theatricality collide. His 7-acre Brentwood estate outside Nashville, purchased in the mid-2000s for approximately $3.1 million, serves more as a creative compound than a trophy house. Jack's home features a private studio, workshops for upholstery and furniture projects, and rooms filled with turntables and crates of vinyl. An afternoon there might be spent demoing riffs in the sun-filled studio, sanding chair frames in the carriage house workshop, or an hour rummaging through piles of records for lost B-sides. And his ties to Detroit remain. The Motor City's old houses and attics are reminders of the city in his work, and he occasionally hosts pop-up sessions or talent hunts for Third Man. For that deep solitude, he retreats to the Mid-Century Writing Center, a simple refuge in Kalamazoo, where glass walls and quiet corridors muffle noise and allow songs to take shape. Each of these properties nurtures this artist in different ways. They are practical spaces that reinforce his tailored ethos, rather than empty status symbols. Similarly, Jack's choice of vehicle is as dramatic, tactile, and bizarre as he himself is. He drove a dark green 2013 Tesla Model S, nicknamed the Green Machine, which was later auctioned off after a public spat with Elon Musk. Alongside this modern quirk, Third Man's small yellow Sebring Vanguard city car also stands out. The vehicle has served as a delivery mascot and later appeared at label auctions. He also owned a 1969 model Chevrolet P30 studio van, which was used for recording live sessions. And his current collection includes a 1991 Suzuki Samurai, a red and white striped vehicle he received as a gift for his 50th birthday after a 6-year search. He also owns 2 Ford Broncos, a classic 1975 Ford Bronco, built the day he was born, and a 2023 Ford Bronco, a new 2-door Wildtrak model he purchased to match his classic Bronco. These aren't just any typical celebrity toys. They're stage pieces and conversation starters. Today, Jack is 50 years old, and his life still revolves around music, but it still runs like a creative business. Detroit's Third Man Hub is celebrating its 10th anniversary, so Third Man recently announced a live album with Carly Hartzman and MJ Lenderman, which is a pilgrimage of sorts for vinyl lovers. Recently, Jack has explored new releases with emerging names, and the recent visit by U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris was a golden moment for Jack and Third Man Records. And industry groups have taken notice. NAMM honored Jack with the 2025 TC Innovation Award for his blend of craft and invention. Also this year, he sold a portion of his old catalog to Sony, a major commercial move that showcases the value of those legends while also maintaining his DIY style. Now this rock icon shows no signs of slowing down, finishing his groundbreaking No Name tour with special, surprise-announced shows in North America and select international locations in late 2025 and early 2026. This includes Raw White Stripes anthems, Raconteur's Riffs, Dead Weather Darkness, and new solo cuts from his albums. Looking ahead to 2026, news from Third Man Records reveals a new solo record will be released this summer, followed by a major world tour in Europe and Asia to celebrate Elephant's 25th anniversary, featuring full album performances and vinyl-exclusive rarities. From Detroit's shadows to Nashville's bright lights, Jack White turned pain into something loud and beautiful, a masterclass in how heartbreak can become an anthem. So what do you think now? Is Jack White the last true rock purist, or a brilliant shapeshifter who seems to be in the clear? Drop your pick below. Best comment gets a shout out in our next video. If this deep dive hit home, smash like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more cinematic music stories.